The class and elegance you can see and feel about someone isn't just due to the outside outfit. It's not just the clothes they wear and the manners they have. But what is it then that seems so uplifting and attractive? What are the things that you can feel but not quite identify and put words on to understand how to embody more class and elegance in your life? In this video, I will uncover 7 aspects that will certainly help you embody more class and elegance in your life. I would be curious to know how these things resonate with you. You can tell me in the comments so that I know if this kind of content helps you and inspires you. I'm Aude de Vater, a French life coach, helping you act, speak, and dress with elegance to feel confident in all life situations. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel to be notified for more videos to come. And also you can join my free elegance list for more tips and resources to uplift your lifestyle. The link is below in the description of this video. So let's begin, and be sure to listen until the end because the last point is a big one that can make a real difference in your life. So first, adapt your outfit to situations. So obviously, the first thing is to dress at all times in a simple and elegant way. But this doesn't mean that you wear your tight pencil skirt and your highest heels all day long. Not at all. This just means that you have to learn how to adapt to the various situations of your life. And in that range of adaptation, you give yourself permission to glow who you truly are. Having class is being able to show that you know how to adapt to circumstances, but in a nice way. For example, if you're traveling and going to drive several hours or going on a plane for a long flight, you won't wear your joggings and look like you're in pajamas, right? But you will adapt and wear a comfortable outfit that still gives you some class and elegance. And you can, by the way, watch the video I made about traveling elegantly. I'll put the link right here and in the description box below. Another example about adapting your elegance to circumstances can be when you go to work. Instead of just fitting in and wearing your black pants as always, you can go to work adding beautiful accessories to your outfit that reveal your personality and that make you happy. You are allowed. Last example, if you're taking care of young children, adapting to the situations with class would be, of course, not wearing your white lady boss outfit, but wearing a beautiful, comfortable dress with patterns like this, for example, and with a fabric that isn't too fragile so that stains and wrinkles don't appear too much. You can still be a beautiful mother and grandmother or teacher having class, but you just know how to adapt. Just give yourself permission to adapt to your everyday environment and still align with your value of bringing more joy and beauty. Now, the next point, you might think it's a boring one, but it's good to be reminded, and there is more to this. I'll explain. Smile. Everyone agrees that having a smile on your face is key. Nothing new here, but what I like to remind us about elegance and smiling is that true embodied elegance comes from within. It comes from your heart and glows outwards. So when I say, let's not forget to smile, in fact, I say more than that. It's not just a smile. It's an energy of openness and love that comes from your heart. If you smile, adding intention and awareness from your open heart, your smile will be more effective and more connected to your true authentic self. This leads to my third point, being intentional and aware. An elegant person who carries herself with class is intentional and aware. Of what? Intentional and aware of herself among others. Let's remember that life is all about love. It's about giving and receiving, about honoring, respecting, and loving ourselves and others. So when we are aware of us and others and aware of our environment, we can be intentional to open our heart and show that we care, we value, respect, consider, appreciate the life that is happening in front of us. Being polite and having manners is not about obeying the rules. It's about having true heart-centered awareness and intentions with whatever is going on in our life. It can be as simple as helping an elderly person getting their heavy bags in the trunk of their car, or being able to listen and not interrupt a friend who needs some support, or sending a little thank you message to your neighbor who helped you out the other day. Last week, I had some of my daughter's friends at lunch, and she's 13. We live just right next to the school. And one of the mothers sent me a text message saying, "Thank you. I don't know her. I probably never have seen her, but her daughter came to our home for lunch and she didn't have to do it, but she did, and it felt really nice." Being mindful of others is having class and elegance. Of course, I'm not talking about sacrifice and being a doormat people pleaser, because real elegance is also being able to set healthy boundaries, and that's my fourth point. Self-love. An elegant and classy woman inspires because she knows how to nourish herself with the love she deserves. She knows how to kindly say no when it's right for her. She knows how to accept help from others. She knows how to rest and slow down when she is tired. She knows how to stand in her power, how to listen to her inspiration, her creativity, her soul. And all of these are acts of self-love. And you can only give what you fill your cup up with. If you give to others endlessly without replenishing yourself, at some point you will feel resentment. After all that I did for them, that's all they say. I sacrifice all my time and energy for this and they don't even care. So self-love is an invisible trait, but it is something that you can feel from a person who has real class and elegance. Love just flows in and out of them naturally. My question for you, if you want to reflect on this, is how much love are you letting in for yourself? Do you feel nourished by enough love and softness? This is something I help my clients with a lot. You want to have class and elegance? You have to open your mind to others, to ideas, to the world. And that's my fifth point, having an open mind. There is something I have always told my 4 children about, especially when they were complaining about, science, history, math, or Latin that they didn't like at school. And it's that all subjects are interesting when you really dive into them, when you really open your mind to learn. For our topic today, an open mind is being able to be curious enough and to try to understand and learn, letting aside our ego. Getting curious like a beginner with simplicity of the heart, authentically wanting to know, connect, learn, and share. People feel it when you are open-minded and authentically interested in who they are and what they have to say. This is real class and elegance. Now, my next point is simplicity. Often women think that in order to appear more elegant and classy, they have to be more sophisticated. But in French elegance, simplicity is a key principle. Simplicity doesn't mean you have to forget about all the manners and beauty. Simplicity doesn't mean that you let go of nice outfits and elegance. Simplicity comes from the heart. Do you know what the winning combination is to have more class? Being elegant and simple at the same time. Not taking life too seriously, but still being able to connect with people who are living their joys and challenges. Next is my 7th point, a really big one. So, to recap, know how to adapt to any circumstance, smile whenever you can, even when you are alone doing your things, feel your open heart and be aware and intentional about who you are and who you are with and where. Practice self-love every day, be curious and open-minded, and go through your life with simplicity. Don't overcomplicate things. And my last point, which is usually the one that can ruin the whole picture, is the following. Don't make assumptions in a negative and judgmental way. This is a real important mindset shift to make if you want to embody elegance and class. This point is quite tricky because it can happen to us anytime. We judge people very easily, and a lot of the time we can be wrong, just jumping to conclusions that are finally not true. And that trait is something we would want to avoid as much as we can, right? So let me give you an example. Let's say you are waiting for someone at a certain time for a call, and that person doesn't show up. And it's easy to get frustrated and make conclusions about how people are so rude, never apologizing for their absence, not caring about your loss of time and energy, etc. And a bit later, you find out that that person was stuck in traffic and that their phone had no battery left, or that the person had to deal with a sick child at the last minute, or that person tried to connect on time, but the internet would shut down in that area. So we came to negative conclusions very quickly, but in fact, their absence had nothing to do with what we assumed to be true. We criticize others for Nothing, because we don't have the whole picture. This happens also when we think that people are mean to us. We think that they do bad things on purpose. We go into victim mode. This can, of course, happen for real, but if we really want to have elegance and class, it's better always to give a possible positive perspective and not make negative conclusions right away, because most of the time it's not the case. So when that person doesn't show up on time, instead of complaining, we could have a different perspective and assume that they must have had a last-minute problem that made it impossible for them to inform us. I assure you that when in your conversations with others, you always have this mindset of being suspicious of people and being distrustful or complaining about how victimized you think you are, this ruins your elegance and class because it pushes down the connection to a low level of energy and thoughts. It's much more uplifting to be among people who seek the best out of everyone. And of course, I'm not talking about being naive or cheesy, but to put our focus on neutral and caring views on situations and people. Criticizing people is never at our advantage, neither for us nor for anyone. And this is something I myself have been working on to improve, and this really feels so much better. So let's make this world a better place and start by implementing all that we can to uplift it with elegance and class. I hope this video inspires you. Thank you for sharing your thoughts in the comments, and thank you for watching.